Now let's take the story of Ogbonna Igbojionu, a young man from Abia State who was wrongfully convicted at the age of 22 and spent 26 years on death row at Kirikiri Maximum Security Prison for unknowingly buying and reselling a stolen generator in 1999. Ogbonna bought the generator from Segun Ajibade, who initiated his arrest. He was beaten and forced to sign an unreadable statement and was convicted in 2003 without legal representation. He was sentenced to death for alleged armed robbery. Ogbonna's plight gained public attention early this year after a TikToker highlighted his story, leading to widespread outrage. His case caught the attention of Abia State Governor Alex Otti, who initiated a review not only of Ogbonna's case, but also of those of Kolawole Oladeji and Olawale Adedeji, who were also wrongfully imprisoned for their alleged involvement with the same generator. On July 6, 2025, the Lagos State government released Ogbonna and the two other men. Meanwhile, Segun Ajibade, the actual perpetrator, had been paroled in 2016. Ogbonna's emotional reunion with his elderly mother went viral on social media.
My name is Ogbonna Igbojionu from Abia State.
My name is Kolawole Oladeji.
Not the last time. You can say any person there can say, I guess what you want to say. Okay. You get generator. After what of generator, you tell me the make. Na Pekins. Na Pekins. After I say okay, I go then interested to buy the generator.
It still give me for a life replacement.
How old were you before the old police?
39.
39?
Yes.
That you were 39 then?
That time at the age of 22 years.
Are you married?
No, I'm never married. They shoot me gun for leg.
They shoot you gun for leg.
Leg. As is that statement, we know.
Right now, so you don't know it's
they
in
write that in for the statements. I'm robbery.
And una consign.
We don't know now.
Oh, such injustice meted on this man. While Governor Otti has pledged full support for their reintegration, including psychological care, housing, and vocational assistance, the case has sparked a national debate on wrongful convictions and the urgent need for judicial reforms in Nigeria. You saw that video with Ogbonna and his power of social media. We thank the TikToker who brought this story back early this year. And we also thank Governor Otti for intervening with this matter. Otherwise, this man would have been languishing in jail, like we see many of our inmates in Nigeria. Vimbai.
What a touching story, and there's so many things to break down. The first is the issue of reintegration.
Yes.
And I'm glad that they are carrying him, they've taken this matter as their own personal project to reintegrate, because these are the types of people we want to see being reintegrated into society. If you go to the prisons, if you go through even the court roll and so forth, you'll see that there are so many individuals languishing in prison who have not even had their day in court. Many may not even know what crime they committed. Maybe they were bunched up together with other people. You know, there was the story of that young boy who stopped the Peter Obi who stopped in front of Peter Obi's car during the campaign and so forth, and how he was arrested and so forth. So we continue to clamor for a review of our justice system and the injustice that is being perpetrated within the system, not just today, but as far back as 26 years ago. Now, this is a happily ever after story, but what about the thousands that are still there, whose cases are not even, they haven't seen the light of day. Nobody has even thought to look into their own individual cases. So this is a beautiful story, and I just hope that more, because it's normally NGOs NGOs and civil society organizations who look into this. Kim Kardashian has her own NGO internationally where she's committed to trying to make sure that people who are wrongfully convicted regain their freedom. And I think that we need to see more of that movement happening locally. And then just very quickly on coalition politics, I know we're out of time. I'm still waiting for a surprise. I know we're out of time, but I'm just waiting for a surprise because these permutations are a little bit too obvious to be what the plan. I'm assuming that these people have a bigger plan because all of this, just to even some people like myself who've never been in politics, it was too obvious. So I'm waiting to see, what this is a distraction for, because there has to be something bigger coming. No, there has to be something bigger coming. This can't be. This can't be the master plan for the opposition. It seems a little bit, under-detailed and underwhelming for my liking.
I mean, I was overjoyed. I'm going to go back to the other story. Seeing Ogbona's mother, Dr. Bati, only 30 seconds if you wanted to say. Ogbona's mother reuniting with her son.
Just to say that, this particular person is very lucky indeed,
along
with the other man who have been released. They're just lucky.
Yes.
There are thousands of their type under similar circumstances who are in Nigeria's correction centers, who are not as lucky. And it says something about our justice administration system, which is something that Onikepo Braithwaite wrote about in our column yesterday, but not enough time to give a summary of Onikepo Braithwaite's column. That's number one. Number two is that there must be a lesson here.
Yes.
One, a man steals, yes, it's a felony. Section 247 of the Criminal Code also says if you receive goods, stolen goods, you are considered a offense. You are also guilty, and you can be punished for the felony.
All right.
Maybe that's one lesson that people can learn from this. But also about the quantum of the punishment. There was once upon a time in this country that if you steal an ordinary phone, this GSM,
you could be killed.
No, you can get a life sentence.
Yeah.
Because that was what the gentleman.
But he said that he was framed. In this story, he was framed.
That's how I talked about justice administration system.
Correct. All right.
But he is lucky, that he has Alex Oti, the governor, who followed up and rescued him. But there are many more who are suffering from injustice within Nigeria's justice administration system.
What a happily ever after story. I think that his story will make a good documentary. Kudos to the governor of Abia State, Alex Oti, and of course, the TikToker, Ogbonna and his fellow inmates. Welcome home.